So my name is Sarah Marie Paul, and I am a wellness educator. I have loved wellness for quite some time, and I have loved education for even longer. In my former life, I was a public school teacher. I was also a reading specialist for over 10 years. And now, what I do is I just educate others on how to live a healthier lifestyle. Something that is very near and dear to me is anxiety and also emotional support in a natural way, because it's something that I have lived with and I have struggled with for the majority of my life. So I'm going to share with you a little bit about my story, my background, and then I am going to step right into the strategies. So I really appreciate you being here on time. I also really respect your time, and I want to say thank you so much for choosing to spend it here with me this evening. I am going to give you lots of resources. In addition to the resources that I share tonight, I will be sending out an email afterwards. So at the conclusion of our talk tonight, I will be linking a little Google Doc here in the chat function of our messaging system. In addition, I will also put it into the Facebook group, the Facebook event for tonight as well. So there are two different ways to access that. The reason that I'm collecting your email addresses is so that I can send you all the things, because every single time what happens is that many people are like, okay, what was that? All right, what was that book? Or what was that link? Or what was that thing? I will share them all with you. And then you'll also have access to me, and you can ask any follow-up questions that way too. So what I want to do, I want to make sure that you know where the chat function is. So can you please go in the chat bar, and I want you just to kind of say hey, and let me know where you're joining us from tonight. That would be perfect. I am sitting here on my deck. I am in Reading, Pennsylvania, and I'm just so excited that you are all here. All right, so everybody's popping on. I can see that you are knowing. We have Florida in the house, Pennsylvania, Maryland. We have, oh my goodness, South Carolina. We have Delaware. We have people from all over the place in Pennsylvania. Hi, Mom. My mom is here too. Hello, everyone. Okay, well, I'm so excited that you're here. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to talk about fear. We are going to this is completely open, so if you have questions, now you know where the chat function is. Please feel free to ask them. And I'm just so pumped. I don't know. I'm going to put a little bit of oil on because I'm a little too excited. I'm going to put some joy on my heart. Okay. So like I said, my name is Sarah Marie Paul, and I've been a wellness educator for a little over 3 years. The reason that I talk so much about anxiety is because I have suffered with it from the time that I was, I don't know, about 13 years old. I can remember vividly the first time that I had a panic attack. I felt like I was dying, and I had no idea what was wrong with me. I remember feeling like my heart was just about to like beat out of my chest. And I also felt as though emotionally, I just could not stop crying. I could not stop sobbing. And for a long time in my adolescent and young adult life, chose the route of self-medicating in order to kind of deal with my emotions, actually to kind of put my emotions to the side and to not feel, because I'm the type of person that feels really intensely. So I am an empathetic person. I am a sensitive person. I come across as being a very strong-willed, a very confident person, but it's something that I work on daily, because I grew up having a lot of insecurities due to some things, some traumatic experience that I had in my childhood, in my young adulthood, that it took until just the past couple of years for me to really fully understand how those early traumatic experiences had affected me in ways that were manifesting in different physical ways, like very, very tight TMJ right in here, all throughout my jaw when I would sleep, clenching my jaw so fast and grinding my teeth, or to really bad headaches that I would get. All different types of physical ways. When I was younger, it would manifest very badly in digestive ways. I had IBS when I was in the early years of college. And yeah, and it was a really tough road for me. And I felt as though it wasn't spoken about. I was just kind of dismissed by a lot of my family members as someone who was an overreactor, who was overly sensitive, who, not who was in need of additional support. Now, as an adult, I can let you know that I live a very joy-filled life. Even though I still have anxiety and I still have anxious tendencies, I've learned through many different strategies, and many of which I'm going to share with you this evening, that I have used to help to cope with stress, that I've used to cope with fear, that I've used to cope with uncertainty. And I'm just so excited to share them with you. So I own my own business now. I love it. And I spend every single Monday evening here in some sort of way, either educating about something emotional or something physical, and a natural way to help support a body system. And that's what I've been doing, especially since we have been in this whole quarantine situation, and since COVID-19 has come to be a reality in our lives. And that is why I would imagine that many of you are here tonight, because I was explaining earlier on my social media platform that, you know, this fear roller coaster that I have been on personally in the past couple of months has been a wild ride. Has anyone else felt that way? Like some days you're like, I am totally okay. And then the next day, or even an hour later, you're like, wait a second, I thought I was okay. Maybe I'm not okay. Or today I am okay. And then the next day you feel almost paralyzed with fear. I am speaking from my experience, absolutely. But it is these uncertain times, they make us feel unsafe. When we as humans experience uncertainty, that makes us feel fearful. So as a result, I don't know about you, but typically what people try to do is they try to control some portion of their life. I see some of you smiling, some of you nodding, but you may be trying to control, I don't know, organizing and reorganizing the books in your home. You may be trying to control your diet. You may be trying to control, oh my gosh, any number of things in your life right now, just to have some sort of control that makes you feel more certain. Anybody feel that way? Anybody kind of going back and forth like, okay, well, maybe this part I'm not so sure about. I'm not so sure about what Christmas is going to look like this year, or I'm not so sure about what next month is going to look like. However, I know for certain tomorrow my shoe closet is going to look amazing, right? And then you spend all day organizing your shoes or something like that. I just use that as an example, but you're trying to control elements that are within your control. But however, when we use that element of control and we try to force control onto an aspect of our life, that is when we actually start to feel more fearful, because we are just relying on ourselves. So I'm going to talk this evening about how to kind of take some of that off of you, put some of that some other places, and I'm going to get started. So I told you my story, a little bit about me. And the reason that I talk about this, like I said, is because I didn't hear a lot of voices who were speaking about their personal struggles. And especially now with more people being isolated, I feel as though social media, while it's a beautiful thing, it can also be a not so beautiful thing, because it's where we fall into the trap of comparison, where we look around and everybody's just showing their best foot forward or their happiest, reel of the week or of the month, and you are just like, oh my goodness, how is this person so this? Or how is their life so this? Or how does this person feel as though nothing is going on? And we start kind of comparing back and forth, or we start judging, or we start, using all of these emotions are coming out in a way because people aren't being so real. So I try to put my emotions out there in a vulnerable way, just to let anyone else know who is feeling the way that I do, that you're not alone. It's really not the easiest thing for me to do, but it's become something since this whole thing has happened that has become therapeutic to me too. So I'm trying to use my voice to help to uplift the stigma that is on anxiety specifically, that is on fear, and just to try to have a good conversation about it, to let other people know that you are not alone. And even though you may feel isolated right now, we are all here. All 37 of us are on this call right now because obviously there is a need for this. Now there's 38 of us, okay? Let's see how many other people feel as though there is a need for this. So, and I have people sharing social media where you can fall into the trap of everyone else's reality, the fear, the negativity, okay? And yeah, that can happen too. So that's why I'm using my voice like this. I told you, I have so many notes. It's so crazy. And I'm doing these notes so I talk to you about things that matter. So, like I had said from the beginning, we're going to start with just kind of a generalization. The presence of fear is a sure sign that you are relying on only your own strength. So think about that for a minute. The presence of fear is a sure sign, that you are relying on only your own strength. That means that you are not asking for support. That means that you are separated from your own inner wisdom, your own intuition, and also from your higher power. This has a lot to do with the language. There we go. Now I can see most of your faces. This has a lot to do with the language that we surround ourselves with, that we allow into our minds, that we allow into our every single day, okay? And yes, you are allowing or disallowing certain people, certain words, certain things into your circle, and also the language that you're using yourself. You have a choice of people, a choice of influences, a choice of those voices to be in your life. And you have a choice because what they say is that you are a sum, you and your thoughts are a sum of the 5 people that you surround yourself with most. One of my people is 4. He's one of them. I surround myself with him most. However, he also uses a lot of the language that I'm going to be talking to you about this evening. And the reason being is because it's important. It's important to be mindful of these things. It's important to know that you can be well informed, but you do not have to have the news on in the background 12 hours a day. And the reason that I'm choosing that is because how often do you turn to the news, and when you're done watching it, even 10 minutes later, do you feel uplifted? Do you feel positive? Do you feel that someone has poured into you? Do any of you feel that way after watching the news? 10 minutes? No. 5 minutes? No. Anyone? No. Never. Okay? So the good news is that you have that choice. You have the choice for the words that you put in around you, for the people, okay? For the people. And some of you are like, oh my gosh, I really don't have a choice right now, because if you haven't heard, I'm kind of quarantined and I'm stuck with the people that are in my house, and you don't know the people in my house because some of them aren't the most positive people. Okay, I hear you. I do. However, guess what? You have times that you are in your car. You have times that right now you're choosing to listen to me. You have times also that you have time. You do. I don't want to hear that you don't have time. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. It's all about how we choose to spend our time. So some of my people I have never met in real life, ever. I'm not a stalker. They are just people who I know have positive messages, and I'll listen to their podcasts, I'll listen to their meditations, I'll watch their YouTube videos, and I will choose to listen to that language rather than binge Netflix or videos of doggies. No, I mean, videos of doggies can make you feel happy too. Or watch, some sort of crazy mindlessness on TikTok going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. That's not feeding into me. You can choose that. You really can. And it's when you start to strengthen your faith in your daily life and you are intentional with your personal narrative that you give your daily life, that you're going to feel the momentum of positive energy behind you. So when you choose to start saying things like, instead of, oh, yeah, well, it must be nice, I don't have time to take a walk every day. I don't have time to get outside every day. Oh, it must be nice, I don't have time to drink that much water. What you're really saying is that you're not making that a priority right now. Okay? You have the choice to make those things a priority, just like you have the choice as to what language you're putting around you. And right now is the best time ever to put boundaries in place with people who maybe aren't the most healthy in your life that don't live in your home. It really is. Look at it that way too, right? A phone call, a text message, that can be something really quick to check in on somebody. And you don't necessarily have to see them right now either. But I'm going off on a tangent, okay? Because what I want to talk to you about is that what I said at the beginning, I went through various traumas as a youth and as an adolescent. Traumas that I didn't realize that if they are going unhealed, and if I'm ignoring them, or if I'm burying them deep down, they're not going away. They don't go anywhere. They stay with you. And it's those unhealed traumas that can be the root cause for so many serious physical conditions and emotional conditions that we are feeling today. Like my TMJ that I talked to you about, like feeling chronic stress, like chronic fatigue, like adrenal fatigue, like digestive issues of any sort that you're having. They can all be the root from trauma that we have not dealt with, okay? So what we're going to talk about this evening are going to be some ways when that fear creeps in, when that fear creeps up, of which I may actually change the order of things, because some of this I actually got a little more intense than I thought I was going to. So I may actually be inducing more anxiety in you right now, but I promise you that I am going to calm you down. So I think I'm going to change the order a little bit, because I'm going to give you some ways to deal with some of these emotions, also to see, hey, what is it that I'm feeling? Oh my gosh, I have this chronic back pain, right? Bam, I'm going to tell you a quick story. As soon as COVID hit, guess what? I own my own business. I opened my own education center 12 days before COVID hit. Guess what's not open right now, guys? My education center, the thing that I had dreamed about, the thing that I had manifested about, the thing that I had worked and poured my heart and soul in for over 3 years. I'm self-employed. My husband, he's self-employed too. Okay, COVID hit, guess what? Neither of us were essential. Neither of us got paid. We both had to shut down our businesses for a period of time. Guess what started hurting on my body? Anybody have a guess? Put it in the comments. I want to see if any of you are in tune with any of this. Guess what part of my body started hurting? Guess what part of my husband's body started hurting at the same exact time? I love all these guesses. It was back, specifically my lower back. I've never had lower back pain in my entire life. COVID came about 3 weeks later, thought all was gravy. I woke up the one day, literally the most horrific back pain that I've ever had. I turned to my husband, I said, oh my gosh, like I cannot pick up our son something is wrong here. I don't know what happened, but something is wrong. He said, you know what? My back hurts too. Where does your back hurt? It was literally the same exact location. Same place. So what did we do? Initially, we said, do we need a new mattress? And we spent the time like flipping our mattress, taking a look at it. It wasn't that old. I was like, what on earth is happening? So I took a look at my book here. Feelings, buried alive, never die. Crazy, right? So not a light read by any sorts. Feelings Buried Alive, Never Die. It's by Carol with a K Truman. Looked it up. Guess what the root cause was? The root emotion for that physical pain. That root emotion, what were we experiencing? What were we fearful of at that time? Any guesses? Christy, isn't it such a good book? Such a good book. I love all these. The unknown, finances, losing your business, all the things. Yeah, it said immediately in here, financial instability. Financial instability. Guys, both of us, okay? And the only reason that we thought to look at that, I mean, I thought to look at it after we changed the mattress and everything like that, is because I was like, wait a second, I teach about these things. I need to be more in tune. This is what's happening. We need to talk about this. And we worked through a lot of those things, given some of the strategies that I'm going to give you tonight. One of them is, the first strategy is actually a two-part strategy. So in times of uncertainty, rather than, really trying to control, what you can do is start your day and end your day in a way that is enjoyable and predictable for you. Because that gives you some portion of predictability. In addition, some part of your day that is certain. In addition to that, it's a part that you look forward to, that's enjoyable. So some of the things I'm going to mention here as recommendations, you may listen to and you may say, not enjoyable. Okay, don't do it then. I'm not making you do anything. Take the pieces that you really enjoy and sit back and take this time to think about what does bring you joy. Because as you bring more joy into your life, remember that positivity that's going to be pulling up right behind you and pushing you. It's going to be coming up right behind you, I swear. So establish a good morning routine and a good evening routine. Sounds so simple, right? I'm going to give you some things about what I do in the morning and what I do in the evening. And this is something that is so important, in my opinion, because it has brought me so much peace during this time. My morning routine. I drink a full glass of water in the morning. Helps with dehydration, because you are dehydrated when you wake up. In addition, it helps with so much more, your digestion. It helps with everything. Just drink as much water as you possibly can. I also drink a little thing that's called Ningxia Red. It's my liquid multivitamin. I love it. Swear, tastes so good, makes me feel so good. And then I journal. I journal every morning. If hearing the word journal, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't even know what I would talk about. This journal is amazing. It's the Start Today Journal by Rachel Hollis. How many of you love her? Anybody out there love her? She's great. I'm going to type this up for you. And it is a super simple journal, okay? It goes through exactly how to set it up in the beginning. There are lots of resources, but it is very, very simple. And it is based off of journaling that I did before as well. But it kind of breaks it down for you. So it starts your day with 5 things that you're grateful for. Gratitude is always a better emotion to choose. When you are in a mindset of gratitude, it lifts your frequency instantaneously. Right now, mention in the comments one thing that you're grateful for today, like today. What happened today? What did you experience today? What's the first thing that comes to mind? What are you grateful for? I'm grateful for, boom, give it to me. Okay. I will be personal with you and read you my 5 things from this morning. Today, I'm grateful for our 9.3 mile bike ride yesterday, the ability to be with my son every morning, the decision to work from home, the ability to be creative, and my spiritual journey. Okay, so many of you have so many great things that you're grateful for. I love it. Lots and lots of family. I love it. Lots of support too. Great conversation. The more specific you can be and the more from that day, the better. Okay, you can say my house and that's okay too, but I want you to be specific. Specific gratitude matters. It manifests more gratitude. And not only that, but it also brings more positive energy into your life. Law of attraction, guys. That is amazing. Law of attraction. Look that up. It's incredible. So the Start Today journal is a fantastic way to start your day. It then goes into, if you're a goal-oriented person, 10 dreams I made happen. And then it's one goal that I'm going for right now. And I love it. It is very simple, easy, takes you minutes to do. I do a meditation. I love meditations from Insight Timer because they're free. And I also love Gabby Bernstein. She has something that's called the Miracle Membership. And it is a monthly subscription, but she also has lots of other things just at gabbybernstein.com that are incredible resources. That's where I get my meditations from. And contrary to what we think that when we are pushing and pushing and pushing, we're going to find solutions, but that's not the case. That's not reality. It's actually when we pause. When we take that moment to pause, that's when we're going to find the solutions. So that's why meditation is important to me. And then I either do a little bit of yoga or a little bit of walking. That's me personally because I like both. And it may just be 15 minutes and I'm cool with that. And then I go about my day. All of what I just told you in the morning maybe takes me 45 minutes. Okay, and I choose to wake up before the rest of my house so I can get that done before my household wakes up. In the evening time, I take my shower at night because it helps to relax me. In addition, I do oils at both times too. I'm going to talk to you just a tiny bit about that. I offer my gratitude again. So I do more gratitude journaling. I just list my 5 things again, different things. And here's something that I do. Ready? I take my Facebook, my Instagram, my Facebook Messenger. I know there's a lot of you youngins on here, whatever else you do, your Snapchatteroo and your TikToker or whatever. I know I did that on purpose, but whatever else you're doing, okay? Whatever else you're doing when you are involved in what everybody else is doing. And guess what I do? I used to just silence them on my phone where my entire phone shuts down at 9:30 and I have to unlock it. And that wasn't enough for me because it was too easy to override. I literally delete the apps from my phone every night. Every night, 9:30. I have 1 hour left that I will be in tune with the world. I delete them. Best thing ever. And then I know what time tomorrow, 9:30 in the morning, I allow myself to put them back onto my phone. Because deleting an app and then re-downloading it takes a lot more effort than you just being like, okay, I'm not going to do it. If that sounds extreme, I don't know, maybe you have more self-control than I have, but I know what was happening to me. It was like, okay, I'm out of the shower. Wait, oh, it's 9:35. Oh, that's okay. I'm just going to go see whatever. And it was not bringing me joy. It was not bringing me peace. It was bringing me more comparison. It was sending me down a rabbit hole. It was sending me down this spiral. It was bringing like up all this negative stuff that's out there. Even if I'm not searching for negativity, that's just there, right? It's just boom. You can't filter that. So I literally started to delete them. Boom. And then I put them back on. If you have more self-control, that's awesome. Another choice you could do is take your phone and overnight, you put it in the next room. Okay, you have a time, you shut it down, you put it over there, and then you do something else. You do something like read a book. I know, you over there, you're saying I don't have time to read books. You do. You're spending it scrolling social media, and it's not giving you anything positive. I'm telling you, when you're just scrolling. You're doing it to shut off the world. You really are. I speak from experience. And I'm not saying that they're all bad. It's not bad, okay? I'm just saying that, just like Jamie just said, as much as we love them, we are so addicted to them. There's so much chaos to affect our minds. And you're letting all that in right before bedtime. And then you're like, oh my gosh, I can't sleep. Right? At least that's me. Like, why is my mind going? Oh my gosh, because you just saw this crazy situation unfold and you allowed that in. Can't be mad at anyone but yourself. And don't be mad at you either. I'm just saying, think about it. Think about it. And then I meditate again, because meditation heals you physically and it heals you mentally. I do guided meditations. I am not as hardcore to be able to just sit in silence yet for more than a minute or 5, maybe at the most. I love guided meditations. They bring me peace and they bring me joy. Yes, Tiffany, stop reading the comments. Quicksand to mental health. That's what she just said. Yes, I'm telling you, people just go there. They go all over the place, and you don't have to go there unless you choose to, unless you find enjoyment in that. That's a whole different ball game. All right, so that was 2 parts for number 1 and 2. Here is a method for number 3 that I'm going to give to you. It's called the choose again method. I've talked about this before. However, I never really gave you the step-by-steps in order to make this method really do well for you and for your life. So this is what I'm excited for this evening. It's called choose again. Okay, you're sitting in your home. You're sitting here right now, and you have a fear that comes across your mind. I'm not going to read your mind, but I'm just going to say a couple of them. Perhaps you're thinking, am I going to get sick? Perhaps you're thinking, am I going to have enough money for groceries this week? Perhaps you're thinking, I wonder what the economy is going to be like a month from now. I wonder what life is going to be like for my children in the future. Okay, these are all questions that can just pop in randomly into our heads at any time of the day. So here's step 1. When you have a fear that comes into your mind, the first step is to notice the fear. Just notice it. So, okay, I have this fear. My fear is, oh my gosh, am I going to get sick? I'm just going to choose that one. Okay, so you ask yourself, how do I feel right now? I'm thinking about this. Like, I can't stop thinking about this. Am I going to get sick? Am I going to get sick? How do I feel right now? Well, I feel scared. Okay, so you ask yourself, you allow yourself to have that feeling. I'm feeling scared right now. I'm feeling scared that I'm going to get sick. So you notice it and you ask yourself, how do I feel right now? Step 2 is going to be you forgive that thought. So you say, I forgive this thought. You can say it in your mind. You can say it out loud. I won't think you're crazy. It's okay. And you say, I forgive this thought. And I know that right now, this isn't real. Right now, I'm healthy. Okay, so I forgive you for thinking this. I forgive you for being stuck on this. And right now, I know that I'm healthy. This is not real. Then step 3 is to choose again. And this is where most people have difficulty. You choose again. What is the best feeling thought that I can find right now? That's what you ask yourself. What is the best feeling thought that I can find right now? Maybe you are so deep in that fear that you are having a very difficult time trying to come up with a better feeling thought. I'm going to read you a couple, okay, to think about. This book I love, Ask and It Is Given. It's by Esther and Jerry Hicks. It is all about the law of attraction, but it talks so much about what we're talking about because it talks about releasing fears in order to just live a more free life. I love this. I have it on audio and I have it here in, paper, and I will just read and listen to this on repeat for I don't know how much longer because it is that powerful. It is a powerful book. In here, it talks about feelings. It talks about emotions. It talks about if I can get there emotionally, I can get anywhere. So if you can get there emotionally, you can literally get anywhere. It all starts within here. And right now, if you are going to find the best feeling thought that you can, you're going to reach for more relief, and more relief. So when you are feeling fear, if I give you a continuum of emotions, fear, grief, depression, despair, and powerlessness are all at the very bottom of the continuum, the bottom. They leave you feeling paralyzed. They leave you feeling as though literally you are hopeless. Like you have no way out. I have been there. I have felt that. I have lived that. So then you think about, well, what's above that? What's above that? Okay, and some of these may surprise you. They might surprise you, but it's not always going from, okay, I am like literally feeling depressed right now to, all right, I'm just gonna choose to be happy. I'm not saying it's that easy. I'm just saying you can choose one, you can choose gratitude, which is gonna uplift you, even just a little bit. It's gonna kind of nudge you up to that next little feeling or that next little emotion. The next one up is gonna be insecurity, guilt, unworthiness. Above that is jealousy. Above that is hatred. Hatred is above fear on the scale. Above that is revenge. Above that is anger. I'm going to just keep going. Discouragement, blame, worry, doubt, disappointment, feeling overwhelmed, frustration, irritation, impatience, pessimism, boredom. It's not until we get to 7, guys, on a 22 to 1 scale that we start hearing words like contentment, then hopefulness, optimism, positive expectation, belief, enthusiasm, eagerness, happiness, passion. Joy is at the very top, along with knowledge, empowerment, freedom, love, and appreciation. So, remember that even rage gives you a feeling of relief from depression, grief, despair, fear, guilt, or powerlessness. Even revenge can give you a relief from rage. I'm not telling you to stay stuck in this. I'm just saying in the moment, these are things that just kind of lift you up a little bit to get you going to where you want to be. Anger gives you a feeling of relief from revenge. Blame gives you a feeling of relief from anger. How many people are seeing so many people blaming other people for everything? Everything right now, right? So much blame. Irritation gives you a feeling of relief from feeling overwhelmed. Then we get irritated with these people. Pessimism gives you a feeling of relief from irritation. Hopefulness gives you a relief from pessimism. Optimism gives you a feeling of relief from hopefulness. Positive expectation gives you a relief from optimism. And joy gives you a feeling of relief from positive expectation. So it's up to you to be monitoring how you're feeling. And some of you are saying, yeah, I can't help but monitor what I'm feeling. But in a way, knowing that you can also uplift those emotions to the next frequency. And to the next frequency means by raising your vibration. And I'm not talking about in some weird, funky way. I'm talking about literally raising your thoughts, literally raising your feelings. That we can do this. We are powerful. You are powerful. And you can do this too. You choose again. Okay? Try gratitude if you cannot think of anything else. If you catch yourself feeling so fearful, try gratitude. If you can't go to the next step, try gratitude. State it. A state of gratitude can do nothing more than uplift where you are, than uplift you to the next little step. Now we're gonna do a fun activity. Are y'all ready for this? Everybody makes fun of me whenever I sing anything. I can't remember what we were singing the other day in my house, and I was singing, Mom, you were there, and I was singing this tune, and nobody could name that tune. But then I felt really good because I was able to Google the song and I was correct. So I felt really good about that. And there are so many oils too. So I'm just going to go over a couple oils that I used in the morning, that I use in the afternoon, and then we're going to finish up with this activity that I think will really you will leave here feeling really good. So I used Joy earlier. Joy is incredible for all things emotions in general. I take it, I rub it on my heart, I breathe it in, and it is so good for emotions. Like, this is good for all the emotions, like really good emotions, okay? Joy on your heart every morning. That is one of my son's favorite oils as well. Frankincense is an incredible oil too. It is super grounding. I take that, I rub it on my face whenever I see frankincense in my home, and then I also put it on my brainstem. Brainstem back here, okay? You can do this little thing with oils where you have, see, I'm just gonna put more frankincense on. You can never have too much frankincense on your body or around your body. And I just kind of pump my brainstem a little bit, not like really hard, okay? Don't do it hard. And that helps so much. Oh my gosh, it feels so good with all the neurological functioning, all the synapses firing, everything going on in your brain there, okay? I love that oil. Y'all know that I love Valor. What, for those of you who use oils, what is, yes, oh my gosh, men can use joy. Everyone needs some joy in their life. Yes, great question. What does joy smell like? So joy, it is a little more floral. However, this is like the oil for happiness. Like, they call it joy for a reason. They call it joy for those who have a hard time finding joy in the day. And I love it. I love it. Over your heart every morning. It's part of the Great Day Protocol. Valor is fantastic. Valor smells a little more earthy. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna put all of them on. And I like to use this. I use this in the morning. I also use it at bedtime. I'm gonna share the feelings kit with you really quick then too. I rub it, I smell it, and it is great for anxiety and all the emotions. Like I said, frankincense is super grounding. That is more of an earthy masculine type of a smell, but I love it. And Endoflex. Endoflex is for those of us who just keep kind of going. You just go and you go and you go and you go and you go. And then you're like, oh wait, I should probably sit down. Oh, but I'm just gonna keep going. Endoflex is for those people like me. And I use this on my thyroid. I use this on my adrenals, on my back, because it helps to support your endocrine system, helps to support stress, okay? And then Envision, I got this one for free this month. This is for mindset. If you want extra support with envisioning a positive future, here you go. Envision is your friend. I also use CBD oil at bedtime because it's fantastic to put your whole body at rest, to let your body heal when your body is at homeostasis or rest. If you have any questions about any of those, I'm happy to help you with those. However, I want to get to this really cool activity because I spent so much time on it. How do I use CBD oil? I take it. This is a dropper. Okay, so for me, I suffer with anxiety. I have a history of depression. I use it primarily for emotional support, also for sleep support. I take about a dropper full, like this. I put it under my tongue. I hold it for about 20 seconds and then I swallow the rest of it. It tastes fantastic, makes your breath smell good, and it just kind of leaves you with like a feeling. There is no THC in it. It does not get you high. I am actually a sober woman, so I don't do anything like that. But yeah, I love my CBD. This is citrus. Love it. In my opinion, it's the best one for emotions. There you go. Okay, and Young Living has all these things. So now let's do this activity. How many of you have ever done tapping on your body? Have any of you ever done tapping, or have you ever done EFT, which is Emotional Freedom Technique? Anybody? That's what we're gonna do now. Woo, Jill has. That's what I'm gonna walk you through. I love it. Okay, so some of you have. Anybody new to it? So EFT is the Emotional Freedom Technique, and it is also known as tapping. It combines cognitive benefits of therapy with the physical benefits of acupuncture with no needles, guys. All right? And the way that it works, they've been doing it for like over 500 years. It helps to stimulate the meridian points on your body, okay? Some of those pressure points. And the goal is to balance your energy fields. If you are balanced, you are gonna feel relief and stress, okay? And the way that this does this is by releasing old fears, releasing limiting beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns, and even physical pain. However, you have to do it. So who's in? Who's in to do this with me? Come on, we have 11 minutes left. Come on, are you with me? Come on, give me something. I can see those of you with a camera on, all right? So just give me at least one of these. Like, give me something. I used to love wrestling when I was little. That reminded me of like Macho Man, Randy Savage. Anyway, okay. So you get to choose what your stressor is, typically. Tonight, I'm gonna choose it for you. I am not speaking for you. I just can't do roundtable discussions about what are you feeling stressed about. I don't think that that would make you feel any less stressed right now. But just know that this is a very supportive community and we are gonna be doing this together. So right now, identify on a scale of 1 to 10, how stressed are you right now? Identify it, feel free to share it, okay? And the way that we're gonna be doing this, I am going to need you to do this with me because that is how we're gonna be the most powerful. That is how you are going to learn this technique. I can explain it to you, you can watch it, but unless you do it, I really do not think that you're gonna get as much from it. So even if you come back later, do it again. I feel like it's something very valuable to you. The points on our body that we are focused on when we're talking about EFT are going to be this point right here, which is called the karate chop. Everybody touch their karate chop. It's kind of like the puffy part underneath your pinky. That's one point. Next is going to be your eyebrow, which is actually right in between your eyebrows where that bone is. Okay. Next is going to be your side eye, which is the side of your eye. Doesn't matter which side. Next is your under eye, where that bone is. Next is under your nose, right here, where that little thing is. I don't know what that's called. Next is under your chin, or under your lips where your chin is. Next is your collarbone. Next is under your arm. If you're a lady, kind of like where your bra is. If you're not a lady, then just under your arm. And last is going to be top of your head. Those are the points. I will go over that again as we do this, okay? So what we're going to do, I'm going to start because some of you have some pretty intense stress levels right now, and that's okay. We're going to hope to bring those down a little bit through this activity. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have you start with me, take a finger. We're going to start right here on the karate chop. And the tapping is not anything aggressive. Do not be beating your body parts, okay? The tapping is with the pad of your finger or fingers, whatever feels more comfortable to you. And it's just light, rhythmic, okay? You can do it slow at first, and then perhaps we'll speed up a little bit. So we're gonna start here, and this is gonna be the mudra, which is the motion, and there's gonna be a mantra, so there's a speaking part as well. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna start. And we're just gonna go. And I'm asking you to repeat after me and to do what I do through our movements. You ready? Fingers on your karate chop. Even though I'm anxious and out of control, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Repeat after me. Even though I'm anxious and out of control, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I'm anxious and out of control, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. I'm so anxious. I am so anxious. I have so much uncertainty right now. So much uncertainty right now. I'm terrified. I am terrified. It can make me want to cry just thinking about it. There's a lot going on right now. There is a lot going on right now. I feel so much pressure right now. I feel so much pressure right now. All of this anxiety, all of this anxiety. I feel so out of control right now. I feel so out of control right now. Yep. I feel out of control right now. 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 I feel so out of control right now. I am scared for my family. I'm scared for the world right now. I'm scared for the economy. I'm scared for the children right now. I'm feeling scared for my health right now. I am feeling scared right now. It's a scary time right now. Whew. I am feeling so scared right now. And that's real. That is real for me right now. That is real. I'm being real right now. I'm being real right now. And that's real for me right now. That is real for me right now. I've got some real anxiety right now. I've got some real anxiety right now. And that's real. That's real for me. That is a reality for me right now. And that's real for me right now. Take a moment to stop. Take a moment to breathe. Take a moment to take a mental note of how you're feeling and where you're at on that scale. And we're going to continue on just for a few more minutes. Ready? Back to the karate chop. Even though I still have anxiety, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I have anxiety, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. We are all in this together. I am not alone. The entire world is in this together. I have support right now. I am so proud of myself for tapping into this support right now. I love myself for showing up right now to this workshop. I forgive myself and I am proud of myself for using the support I have. And I'm feeling relief right now. I can take a deep breath right now. I can take a deep breath right now. All is well in this moment right here. This present moment is what matters most. I am supported. I am not alone. We are all connected. I am safe in this moment. I am safe in this moment, and I can take a deep breath right now. I am safe in this moment, and I can take a deep breath right now. Take a moment. Honor yourself. And if you'd like to, you can share how you're feeling now on that 1 to 10 scale. And it's okay if you got emotional. Remember what I said? This releases your emotions. I did this earlier, so I cried earlier. And that's okay. You got to get those out. Some of you are ready to fall asleep. Went from an 8 to a 3. Don't know the number, definitely feeling lighter, much lighter. You have this as a tool, powerful tool. Okay, powerful tool. I'm sorry if I started intense with you. This is an intense topic that people don't discuss enough. There are tools that I gave you tonight, tools that I've shared in videos in the past. You can take a look, and I'm not trying to plug it, but in my YouTube, I don't even know what my YouTube is, but look at my Mindful Oil Moments page. And I have all of the emotional trainings that I've done. I record all of them when technology permits, and I put them on there so you can go back and see them. I have so much more. I'm not even going to talk about this, but there's another book that's called Releasing Emotional Patterns with Essential Oils. This is by Carolyn Mine. She is fantastic. This is amazing. Eve says she's taking it day by day, piece by piece. Meg has it. It's incredible. There's also something called AFT, which is different than EFT, what we did this evening. And I will be sharing that with you soon because I am going to be a certified AFT trainer soon. And I'm really, really so excited to do that, to be able to offer you more tools and to also just to be able to offer you more support. I am here as a resource and as a support for you, okay? In addition, there is this little kit called the Feelings Kit that I would not purchase for myself because I was always buying things for my family that my mom got me for Christmas that I started on Christmas Day. In November of this past year, I was told that I had depression, that I was in the middle of being depressed. And I did not know how to get out of it. I had a lot of things resurface through past trauma due to a recent traumatic event that I thought I had dealt with. And I didn't deal with them fully because they came back. They always come back if you don't deal with them fully. They always do. And in the middle of that time, I was unable to help others because I wasn't able to help myself. The kit that my mom gave me was more, I don't even know how to express it yet, which is why I haven't talked about it, but literally, I used it every single night. I'm gonna walk you through, not tonight, but I will walk you through soon, how powerful this kit is, and I will talk to you about exactly what it did for me. I used it every single night. I bought it for myself now. My husband actually said, I don't think that you've been using your Feelings Kit. You need to buy one. I said, but I don't know. And he said, Sarah, it is so valuable. Get the kit, use it. It helped you, use it. So what I want to leave you with is that feeling that you just had. That is how powerful you are. Each of you is that powerful. Each of you has that power. Do not let fear paralyze you. You have this inner power. You have this inner guidance. You have the power of gratitude at any moment of any day that you can choose. You can choose to go up on that ladder of emotions. You can, okay? So what I just want to let you know is that around you at any time, there is always the feeling of well-being. It always flows. It is here. It is in front of you. It is in this moment right now. It is constantly around you, and it is our job whether we tap into it or not. It's a matter of either allowing it or blocking it. No matter what, it is always there. If you are in a state of gratitude, if you are in a state of allowing those positive things, and not only that, by your self-talk as well, as your self-talk is as important as all those other voices that you're allowing in your life too, okay? You can allow it or you can block it. You can open up those blockages with things that I taught you tonight. I hope that you all have a great evening, and I want you to know that you are powerful. I'm gonna take the little link real quick for the Google Doc and copy it and put it in the little thing down here. I'm sorry I went 7 minutes over. I usually end like right away, but I just wanted to make sure that I got that in for you. Here's the Google Doc. Please fill it out. Give me any feedback, all feedback. Let me know if you were interested in learning anything new. Next week, Kay is on here. She and I are going to be talking all about how to get rid of chemicals from your home, how to just live a cleaner life. And we are so excited to do that with you. She is the DIY queen. If you do not know, her videos are amazing. Absolutely incredible. Kay, can you type in the name of your public page? Can you type it in so that if people want to follow you, it's Naturally Inspired Love? Is it Love? I think she's typing it now. But she does the best DIY videos that they're just incredible. And she is so consistent with it. So shout out to her. And please fill out the little Google Doc. I would really appreciate that, just to give me feedback as well. Next week, we're doing that. And the week after, we will then do another emotional topic. I will have all of the topics posted. Feel free to share them with anyone who would find value. All of these workshops on Monday night are free, and they are all open to the public. So thank you. Naturally Unspoiled Love is Kay's page. So take a look at that if you want anything with DIY cleaning. Right now is her focus, but she does a different focus each month. But her videos from the past month are just rock star. They're amazing. So thank you everyone for coming, and I hope that you all have a great night. Take care.